Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FSB Racing Live, Friday night Winston Cup action. I'm your host, Shawn Reap, in the booth with my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the...
Milt Jr., that's me.
And we are
What's
at
up?
Darlington, the lady in black, the track too tough to tame, the tire killer.
Darlington,
yeah,
oh darling.
It's got different banking, different turn radius, different shape at each end of the track, narrow racing surface, passing opportunities are fleeting, tires die under caution around this place. It's fun. I love it. I wish I was out there with those guys. But I'm certainly happy to be up here in the booth with you and all our friends joining us out there in YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch land. And so let's jump right to it on the starting grid tonight. Ken Hansen keeps that great season rolling. He's not going to catch that 3-car for the championship, but he's certainly going to give him a run for his money down the stretch here as he puts a strong qualifying run in there tonight to take the pole. And Derby Don, look at that, the 49 car, making a rare Friday night appearance. In fact, he didn't even know if he had his car file. He contacted me today to send it over to him so that he could run it tonight. That's how long it's been since he ran a Friday night. Michael Sanders, again, with that strong comeback, P3 qualifying spot. Slim Jim Gately. You know what? I'm gonna call Slim tonight. That's my pick. I'll be the kiss of death for Slim and the Slim Jim 23 machine. He takes the outside of row 2 there in P4. The aforementioned, I believe clinched at this point, Mark DeRocket DeSenza brings it home P5 for qualifying. Dan Irvine in 27. Diamond Dave Simons. And then, okay, Milty. There it is, 8th spot. Your pick.
That's my boy right there, former enemy and former teammate. That's Mr. Darlington right there.
It's Mr. Darlington, Mr. Dover.
Rick Johnson.
Yeah.
That's my pick. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, if the track destroys tires, it's a Rick Johnson kind of night, and he's hard to bet against. Yeah, you guys, before when we were just setting up, I didn't even have the darn thing in standby yet, and Milt jumped on that pick, so...
As soon as
see what I gotta deal with,
name,
guys? You see what I'm dealing with here, people?
In the pits, walking around.
Yeah, Milton's got the patience of a
topic. You know.
Wrapping this up quickly as we are taking the starting grid. Bob Dixon, Ryan Johnson round out your top 10, then Pos Marguson, Will Farmer, Jeff Habbick, Dan Jones, back from Mexico. He's our 3rd Canadian in the field tonight there in the 007 car. Francis the Bandit Dittman in the 00. Steve Weber, John the Dog Palmer, and his teammate Rick Visconner in the 109. Brad Otto, John Doucette, the other Canadian there from Nova Scotia, taking over the number 6 car. So how many times tonight are we going to think that the number 6 is Mark DeSenza instead? We're still not used to him being in the 3. But nope, Doucette's got the 6 now, and he's been having some good runs. I don't know if Dan Francesconi is going to take the start tonight. I know he practiced. Cody Luke in the 86, Rick Castle in the 124,
Drivers,
Chet Barkin, Brian Lamb.
Your engines!
And then, yep, rounding out the field, Ed Finley in the 80, Smokey in the Bandit machine.
This is Darlington, folks. Get ready. Keys to the race here. Don't hit the wall. You can scrape it, but this thing gets loose here. This is the classic Darlington. 1 and 2, the arcing apex. Pit lane, when you come down as the cars are coming around pit lane, there's like 10 lanes you can choose to pick. You can stay on the outside, brake late if somebody going to be behind you, or you can dive down low, try to attack that pit road apex and then slam it down. Very difficult. The tire grader, it'll just, yeah, you'll see significant fall off. You're going to see the guys like Rick Johnson, all the Pro Cups wins and all the times that he definitely, I watched him pull away, was a lot of green flag running. Now, are we going to have green flag, or are we going to have a lot of cautions where tires will be less of an issue as long as you don't get damage. You can run real hard here for a couple laps, and then you go backwards. I guarantee it.
Yeah, absolutely. Through turn 1 and 2, you can flat-foot it on the start on fresh tires. I don't recommend it. And we are off and running. Green flag in the air. Looks like your top 6 get in line through 1 and 2, which is the way to go.
It's all about racing the track at Darlington more than probably anywhere. It's always about that, but it's especially always about that here. Track and your tires. The place that really always used to get my attention was 3 and 4 later in the run, because you can go so fast through there early. When you look at the shape of this track, it's oblong, and
yeah, the famous egg that was necessitated by saving a farmer's minnow pond from being dug up.
Gosh, you're so smart, man.
Ended up creating one of the most iconic racetracks on the circuit. Different banking through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. In fact, 1 and 2 used to be 3 and 4. At some point, they flipped the track around. So coming off of what's now turn 2, used to be turn 4, that's where the track comes around greater than 180 degrees for that turn. And if you were going just fast enough, when that was an Armco guardrail out there, you would just lean that big old American steel right rear fender up against it and just crease it ever so slightly and get your Darlington stripe.
My plan was always, where is the 52 and what is he doing? Right now we see him running about 8th place, tire management, and just staying in contact. You don't have to worry about the draft because tires are so prevalent. So definitely want to, because the fall off difference between guys that save tires early and guys that just go out there becomes exponential.
Absolutely, and like I was saying about that,
Dixon up against the wall, STP up against the wall, and that's your first Darlington stripe.
Looks like he carries on right behind the 52 of Rick Johnson there. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, that was just a scrape. I mean, you're going to get those.
Yeah, absolutely, and like I was saying, through 1 and 2, right now, these guys can probably flat-foot it, but if they do, they're going to pay for it at the end of the run. So you want to just burp that throttle a little bit, keep it down, keep the tires cool, keep them happy, because you'll start paying in 3 and 4 at the end of the run real quick if you start abusing them like that. Like, let's get on board the 52 of Rick Johnson here.
Start finish line, coming to 1. Almost virtually no lift right now. Maybe just a feathering of the gas coming out of 2. That wall comes up and creeps up and it'll bite you. On the brakes here, hard. You want to keep it down semi-low, but not too low to that bottom line to get the good exit coming out of 4 and good momentum.
So again, here coming into turn 1 and 2. See if we, see how the needle drops just a little bit with the speed. Hold it through the center and take the second apex. Nice clean exit. So smooth around here. 52 of Rick Johnson.
Now later in the run, you're going to hear lifting through 1 and 2.
You're going to hear heavy lifting through 1 and 2. Beginning of the run, you just want to crack it a little bit. You run at about 98, 97% throttle through there until you get back on it for the second apex.
Now you look right about here is the center of the corner. It's kind of that's where you kind of lift and let the car settle and then get back on it. When you start to get that push in the right front, you'll go right into that turn 2 wall.
And the tough part in 3 and 4, as you see them in right now, is you want to go in there and you trail brake it just a little bit, keeping a little bit of throttle into it to keep it from hopping out on you.
This track is intense, and it jumps up and bites you, and every lap you're getting a little bit degradation. Last lap 30.394, best lap 30.083 for Rick Johnson, so that's already a degradation of 0.3 of a second, almost 4.
Meanwhile, we've already got Brad Otto a lap down. I don't know what happened to him. Let's see if I can find it on camera 2 here.
Rick Johnson's starting to creep up on Dave Simons. Simon's going to let him by. Simon's a veteran. He understands how Darlington goes, and you don't want to fight right now. Michael Sanders, definitely in P3 there. This is a track really suited for him. And he is definitely showing, since he's been back, he's back to top-notch form. Kirby Don McCorston off the couch and the ice there in Canada. Oh, we got somebody in the wall, smoke and damage, and
we do.
The car is gone, and we got the yellow flag.
Yeah, so first thing we'll see is what happened to 31 of Brad Otto on lap 3 here. You see, he's just trying to go in high around the 83, and he drifts up the track, catches the wall, gets that little wall suck, which is something we have to deal with in sim racing. It messes with us. Not usually a huge problem in real racing. And he just looped it and went around with no caution, so that's what got the 31 a lap down.
When you start to get bad at Darlington, it just gets worse. There's just no way to get rid of it.
Yeah, now let's see what we can find here. You see Cody Luke got a little loose, but no caution.
Yeah, so Brad looped it, and when you grind the tires here and spin on this asphalt, you really need to pit, but he didn't want to go a lap down, but he did, and he was trying to, but his tires were toast already.
And you see, there was your first caution. 101, Jeff Habak got stuck to the wall, creased up that right side real good, and went for a loop in the same spot as Brad, but his car came to rest in the racing groove, and that brought out the caution. You know, this track is notorious for not throwing the caution if the car spins to the inside like the 31 of Brad Otto did.
Well, while we have a little respite here, I'd like to throw a shout out to my daughter, the model. We're talking about YouTube stuff, and she's going to be in a video with a Venezuelan American YouTube sensation, Lele Pons. It's coming out soon, so looking forward to seeing that. Obviously, real proud of my kid, and she'll be in the bathing suit, so I might blush a little bit. But,
yeah, it comes model, with the territory.
So yes, it does. So just so proud of her, and so that's that.
Yeah, I mean, they work at it just like any other career.
Works really hard, runs, lifts weights, hard to stay in shape because she likes to eat too. And,
yeah,
but you can't be 5'11" and 120 pounds if you don't work at it and be able to eat. So cool stuff. So looking forward to that video for sure.
Awesome to hear.
That's JessicaMinner.com.
Yep,
So let's get back to the race here.
Yeah, well, we're still got the lights on the FSB pace car. Brad Otto should have benefited with a a free pass thanks to Tower's misfortune there, so he should be right back in the fight. So yeah, Brad gets his lap back, doesn't even get an incident to his name. Ryan Johnson checking in from Facebook while driving.
Jeff Stone.
Yeah, Jeff
What's
Stone.
up, Jeff?
Hey, why aren't you out here, man? Jeff Stone, I assume commenting on the staying in shape thing. Round is a shape.
Round is a shape.
Round is a shape, and I have perfected it.
Well, yeah, there's that guy, and that look at that car, Derby Dawn there.
Yeah, that's the ugliest car out there tonight.
Why is he called Derby Dawn? Because he likes to do derby racing, you know. And,
yeah, he does actual demolition derbies, so he paints his car up like a demo derby car.
And that little Rust Bucket going on here. Rust Bucket has won a lot of races and championships. This guy is a real deal, and you can see he came off the couch and watched our broadcast last week, and must have got the fire in the belly there.
Well, he's not completely on the couch because he admins and races the Monday night FSB Pro Cup.
Yeah, so he's not off the couch then. Definitely.
No, but he hasn't run Winston Cup in a while. Like I said, I had to send him his car because he didn't have it anymore. Oh, Doris Gately in the house, checking in on our boy Slim Jim. Alright, she copied my pick. She took Slim. I mean, I'm really surprised that she took Slim.
F4 NBK clan. Evening, people. Welcome. Kansas City. That's obviously his football team there. Jeffrey Stone talking about his DSL's coming back soon, and that means he'll be back on the track.
Wait, you're getting DSL? I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fast enough for this game.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
fast enough as long as it's reliable. I'm not a fan of the DSL we had out here. It's the only other option. You get Comcast and their wretched customer service, although they finally fixed us, so hopefully
absolutely.
I won't get dropped anymore. Their techs are awesome.
That's
people on the phone.
Oh, right on.
Oof.
Yeah, don't get me started with that. But
have you tried unplugging and plugging the modem back in? No, I never thought of that. What groundbreaking technological advice you've given me. Neil. I'm sure that's your name, Neil. Alright, we're about to go back to green.
You got the same guy as I did, man. Meanwhile, Ken Hansen.
Boogity boogity, we're back.
Running the show right here. I don't know, you know, Coors has corn syrup, but it's pretty good still. So
everything's got corn syrup.
This corn syrup rice battle here with them and Budweiser. Of course, you know, Budweiser is my beer, but I love Coors too. Of course, I'll drink just about anything, you know.
Yeah, you're representing the Budweiser, I'm representing the Jeremiah Weed tonight.
There you go.
Some sarsaparilla whiskey and some Zevia ginger ale.
Yeah, and speaking of beer, the old Milwaukee car, we have a caution
we
out
are
again.
Immediately back under caution, and I think it was the 101 again.
This is one of the hardest tracks I think I've ever raced. Did not crash. It just really. And then once you use your tires up, or you get damaged, it just gets even worse.
Well, I found it pretty quickly here. It looks like the 68 of Chet Barkin got stuck to the wall, and from there, it was a chain reaction.
Yeah, no, this wall is like a magnet here. Watching it come up on my big screen, my 60-incher here or whatever it is. It's pretty big. Size does matter, you know.
Ka-ching!
Oh yeah, Chet just and that's 3 and 4 right there, and that's a classic crash right there. It's when you
And poor
got
Bob
that
Dixon catches
too
more
much
wall.
momentum in the center of the corner, the car just gets away from you, and you snap loose, and bam.
Especially on the cold tires. Someone's in front of you, starts having a problem, and you try and jump out, and you just go right around.
And you got to understand there, at the same time you're braking hard, and he saw the 101, which was tough luck for Jeff Havoc for sure.
It looks like Jeff has retired.
With that, putting the pressure on him, it might have saw him in his mirror. It might have distracted him just a second.
Meanwhile, we got a couple of in-race reporters that snuck in the booth when we weren't looking. Milty, I thought I told you to lock that door. How are they in two places at once? We got Schrodinger's Racers here, Dan Jones and Will Farmer.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
How's the track?
track's
Darlington.
It's
Gotta
glorious. That's how the track is, Will. The word you're looking for is glorious.
good. I think you just go ahead, Will.
All right. Well, I was gonna say. I mean, I'm trying to just stay up with these guys up front here. I think it would be a little more glorious if I was in the top 5 or top 3. But you know, just trying to stay out here. Figured I'd come up here and say hi.
And your dad
be
checking in
around.
from Martinsville there, Bill Farmer in the YouTube chat.
Bill, what's up?
He's
The
down there
real
watching the real
race.
race, yeah.
Get some.
Or hopefully we get to see Martin Truex Jr. return the favor to Squinty Logano there.
Bush. Harry Bush.
Whoa. Yeah.
No,
So,
wrong guy. Wrong driver of a yellow car there.
So, Will, I mean, you'd like to be in the top 5 there, but you're also hoping maybe you'll get a long run where you can use tire wear to your advantage, no?
Yeah, that's yes and no. I mean, I'd love to use tire wear to my advantage, but honestly, I never had the chance to really run a full tire run during practice, so I don't even know how my tires are really going to last in a long run here. So, I mean, yeah, theoretically, I'd like to be able to save my tires and get up there at the front. To be honest, the dream would be one of these guys wrecks up front here, and I could swoop on past. I mean, that'll get me them couple positions the fastest, but you know,
Yeah.
that's playing with luck right there. And
My
so I guess-
advice would be see that guy in that red box car up there. That's Rick Johnson. Do what he do.
yeah, there's a
If he
couple
saves
guys out
his
here
tire-
tonight. There's a couple
Save
guys
your
out here
tires.
tonight that I'm gonna be doing what they do. So, and just trying to follow suit, and hopefully near the end we can make something happen.
Yeah, it sees we right on the roof of the Hawaiian Punch machine there of Will Farmer. And you see he's got Rick Johnson 2 cars ahead of him, and that's a good spot to be in if you're trying to learn to run this track. Just like Milt said, do what he do. If you pass Rick Johnson at Dover or Darlington, you're probably doing something wrong.
So we see you right just a couple cars back, Dan, back in the saddle again. Cause I'm back. In the
I'm
saddle
doing
again.
what Will's doing.
There you
Dan,
go.
Dan, let's make it to the front together, man.
Hey, let's just wait till the end.
Yeah, keep
Yep.
the car under you. It's a long race. You're still just 21 laps into 147. Yeah, the 2 keys. It's tire wear and track position.
Yeah, I think if we make it to the last 20 laps, we'll be in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, it's easier to beat yourself and to let other people beat themselves than it is to force the issue and get around guys.
Yep, that's the plan. Well, I'm gonna go head down to the channel 1 there, and I'll catch back up with you guys a little later, maybe when another caution comes out.
All right, good luck,
10-4.
Will. Remember, listen
See
to
you
those tires.
Yep.
Watching the live feed on the big screen. What a picture. What a show. The stars are out. A little bit of clouds there.
Some parts of North America, the northern U.S. rather, can see the northern lights tonight too. We might be just a little too far south and a little too much population here in northern New Jersey.
Yeah, and it's not real on the screen there. So great graphics, though.
Oh, I'm saying out there in the real world, that
Oh yeah, I know.
that place where there's bugs and stuff.
Yeah. Right now in California, there's a lot of bees.
Hey, Bill just called you Misty. I think he must be typing from his phone, and the autocorrect changed Milty to Misty. As the pace car is off, Ken Hansen leads him back to the green once again.
In the history of texting, that's for sure. The things that my phone comes up with.
Well, my wife's name is Shannon, and for the longest time, the Google keyboard wanted to change Shannon to Hansen. Like Ken Hansen.
Wow.
I know. It took a while, but it learned.
Brothers, or?
The hockey ones or the band?
Yeah, I don't know. Depends on how many hits they get on Google, I guess. The search engine controls the world.
It's all an algorithm, Milty. It's all an algorithm. You, me, everything we know, everything we touch.
Big gap on the start there from P5 to P6. Not sure what happened there, but that's kind of typical. Pretty slow speed restart, but now the three's coming back, and not really worried about draft here. But
the draft.
Speaking of beer, like I was talking before, never got to talk about the 27, the Dan Irvine.
Yeah, he's hanging there
all
nice
the way up there. Just biding his time.
Yeah, Jeff Stone checking in from northern Wisconsin says you can see the northern lights. Excellent.
Yeah, and old Milwaukee. Guess where that's from?
Probably. Yeah, I was gonna say probably Mexico now, right?
Got a lot of peeps in Wisconsin. The Allworts from my mom's side of the family, definitely. I met some of them back in the day when my dad ran Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. But wow, I mean, all they spoke was German, so.
Yeah, see the 0-2 of Dave Simons lets 2-car Will Farmer, our in-race reporter from before, by. Meanwhile, Dan Irvine's working on the 191 going into turn 1.
Bill Farmer, we're drinking had.
That's Boston, dude. That's Boston.
That's how he typed it, for sure.
Okay,
Cody Luke and Brian Lamb duking it out for P15. Lamb back in the race here. Oh, boy, Cody Luke gets loose right in front of him. Great save and great job by Lamb to get it under control and anticipate that. That's good hard racing there. Battles all over the track here. Lamb! Bob's Martin looking to capitalize, and Bob Dixon starting up front has fallen back with that scrape, but that shouldn't be too much damage. May have happened in the pits there. P19, Ed Finley. Is he running the Bandit car? I'm not seeing that.
Or maybe he's in the Air Force colors tonight.
Yeah, he's in the Air Force colors tonight.
All right, yeah. That silver car.
Yep. John Dog Palmer in 20th. Brad Otto in 21st.
Meanwhile, that 52 car is stalking the leaders now.
Mama, there goes that man.
27, Dan Irvine's still working on the 191 of Michael Sanders. I think he'll clear him here off 2. Yep.
Derby is locked in on the 9. This guy, he broke my record for wins in the, oh gosh, what's it called? I can't remember. The off-season.
Of the King of the Hill?
No, the other one at Coca-Cola Speedway.
Oh, the Pro Cup shootout.
And at 235 miles an hour on that crazy track.
Yeah.
Just an awesome driver. When he's out on it, he's on it. And
oh, the 02 and the 2 get together in 3 and 4 there.
Joe Green.
Let's see what happened here. Looks like actually it was 1 and 2, and man, oh, I see. He got wall sucked and shot down into the right side of the O2. Oh, no, my bad. That was 3 and 4. There was someone else had been around before them. Big old smoke cloud on the front stretch when they got there.
Well, Cody Luke had to give it up there, and Lamb got the spot, but for P15. But now Lamb's got a mirrorful of the venerable one there, Pops Margison, Trans Am champion, Winston Cup champion, Scotch Blue Ford. Trying to take a look, then he goes down low, going into turn 1. This is a scary place to pass, unless they let off like Lamb did. Good job. Starting to see tire dig. Jim Pops Margison, last lap 37, best lap 33. So just a few laps we're seeing. No matter what guys run at the start, they seem to be losing 4 to 5 tenths within 4 or 5 laps at these grades. Connor at 14th, taking a look at Francis the Bandit Dittman. Can't make it. Rick Castle looking at our in-car reporter, Dan Jones, for P11 here, and they've got our other in-car reporter, Will Farmer, in front, and we got a pretty good battle here between these three. Dan Jones taking a look down low.
Meanwhile, Rick Johnson's looking at the 27. Rick Johnson's starting to make his move as these tires are starting to come in.
This is exactly what he do. Darlington has a way of, like this tendency with these couple cautions, and you run good and you feel pretty good, and then you start to get that long run, or Rick Johnson is the best at just bringing it every time, again and again. It takes a lot of focus.
Meanwhile, I see the 2-car Will Farmer starting to fall backwards. That damage is probably starting to get the best of him as the 007 and the 124 move around.
Dan Irvine is not just going to give this away, and he's running really strong, and Rick's starting to think about that. Maybe we'll just ride the line and move up. But Rick gets a great run out of 1 and 2. Can't pass there, but you get that exit and try to take a look, but the outside line with Irvine, as a veteran, he's going to start to think, okay, I don't want to use my stuff up here. Unless he makes a mistake, I'm just going to kind of keep pressure on. Now he chooses the outside line, and Irvine lets him by, which that's good, smart racing by both guys, and understanding Darlington and the big picture here.
Absolutely, got to keep that car under you. We're not even halfway through at this point. Meanwhile, your front three has been pretty pretty steady all night with the 9 car of Ken Hansen leading Derby Don's mutt of a machine there, whatever that is, and the 23 Slim Jim Chevy. They've stayed pretty close contact with each other. A little bit of a gap back to the 3 car of Mark DeCenza.
Your points leader, DeCenza, and defending champ, lost a little contact here, but he's still really close. There's no desperation time right now. It's just he's dealing with Brad getting down low there. And here comes Slim Jim Gailey. Takes the spot away from Derby Dawn. We're starting to see a little fading maybe from the 49 here. I don't know. Slim Jim's been playing it really cool and slick.
Now, Rick Castle takes a look underneath the 007. Thinks better of it, as he wasn't quite there before turn 3. Slim Jim to the outside of the 49. Looks like Derby got a little loose off of 4. Decides to pull down and just let the 23 go. Smart move.
Step yourself into a Slim Jim. And Slim Jim is coming at the 9 here, but the 9 has been the class of the field. We haven't talked about him very much because he's just rolling like a snowball to heaven. Wait, that's not how it goes. But he's just dialed in. The 9 is just, and we got smoke on the track and tire marks there.
86 was moving slow.
Could be Cody Luke.
I think it was Cody. I think he just lost it, got it back under him, and he's going again. He's got that old Fred Jones Papyrus car, kind of like what shipped with the stock Cup Series back in the day. That's been translated over to 88.
That was the car we all drove when we first started, you know, like, and that number, that's the designated number the game gives you. But he's sure as heck ain't no rookie, but this is a tough battle here. These are all professional sim races here.
Yeah, Cody has retired it after that hit to the inside wall.
Bummer. Great seeing him show up and run good. Always fun just to be able to be in a 25, 26 car race and towards the end of a season and see that turnout and be a part of it is a great thing. We all want to win, you know. But, you know, to be a part of racing against such great drivers, you understand, you know, that any finish you get is an accomplishment, whether it's a win or a 10th or a 20th. You're still battling against pro drivers all around you. And you realize, you know, what you have to work on to try to improve the next time. A lot of guys in here that have run for years and just showed great sportsmanship. That's what FSB is all about.
Got Steve Rubino checking in from the Facebook chat, saying hi, Ryan. This must be a friend of Ryan Johnson, our series admin and current 9th place runner in that 59 Brothers Body and Paint Buick.
At 23, the professor is slowly creeping in on the 9. Oh man!
Also,
he looking in that mirror, going, "There's that guy." Oh my gosh!
When we weren't looking too, the 3 car got around the 49. He's closed up the gap and brought the 52 along with him. So a lot of the same cast of characters we're used to seeing are rising to the top.
Yeah, obviously the 49 has used up a little more than he wanted to, and it was really subtle. We did, as we were watching, we didn't see him make it. That's the way Darlington is. That's what these pro drivers are just the little tiny movements in the steering wheel. We don't even see it here on the screen, but with this cheese grater of a track, tire wear, tire temperature, this simulation definitely takes into account for all of that, and it's very realistic. And it makes a difference what you do behind the wheel, and you're seeing that. If you got to wait to pass a car a couple corners and you may use up a little bit of stuff, that definitely has an effect. Suicidal neat, going 200 miles an hour on Coco Speedway, let off the gas, die, great. Yeah, no kidding, man. I've won 4 of those in this league, and we got smoke.
Oh, we got spin on the front stretch and caution.
And Francis Dittman hard into the inside wall. I've been fortunate to win 4 of those, and I've died in about 20 of them. You win or you die. Those are great off-season races here at FSB, but not so good for the Bandit there. That's a hard leg.
Yeah, it's a bit more complicated than you think, too, as I found what happened. And involved our young Will Farmer in the number 2 Hawaiian Punch machine.
Oh my gosh.
See, Will gets into 3 and 4, gets wall sucked again, pops off of it. And now here comes Francis. Brian Lamb was already on pit road. He has a
driver's license now, so he's 16. Yeah, so he's got some room for improvement, and this will definitely be a learning experience for the young fella.
Look at John Palmer, dog in the 108 there. He manages to avoid hitting Francis, but in the process, it cost him a lap. But it should leave him in the lucky dog spot, because it'll filter down to him.
Yeah.
With Francis being... Although, actually, Francis wasn't the cause of the caution. Ooh,
well,
that's going to be a judgment call for the 59 there, our series admin, as to who gets that free pass. But Dog was both lucky and unlucky in that spot.
Well, when you look at it and you're watching as a fan, the first thing I saw was Will Farmer fighting that car at 140 miles an hour sideways, and that was great stuff, but that's the natural tendency of a driver when you're losing it, is to fight the car, turn into the spin. But then what happened is it snapped right, went into the wall, and then took out some cars, which he definitely didn't want to do.
We'll see here.
Now, in hindsight, and you hear people say that all the time, what would have probably worked better is just keep it turned left and let the car spin and spin to the inside and not hit anything.
Ooh,
but that's
you see the onboard of Francis Dittman there.
Yeah, nowhere to go.
And again, Dog.
But you can't tell a driver not to fight the car. They're going to fight it. Okay, I'm watching it.
I'll back it up for Dog here.
Yeah, Francis is getting on the brakes, but still nowhere to go there.
You'll see what Dog saw coming through there. He couldn't decide which lane to pick, and he went high. Francis started going low. He goes low. Francis goes low. And there goes the leaders right by the 108.
So should he get the lucky dog, or Dog get the dog?
Actually, I think it should be Francis. Francis was sliding, but across the line first. And NASCAR's rule is, if you're involved, you don't get it. But ours is if the incident is yours.
Oh, look at Francis doing
you don't get it.
Bunny hop and the pea patch there. Left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where did that one come from? The bunny hop and the pea patch.
That's the great, legendary Chick Hearn, the voice of the Lakers. Did the bunny hop and the pea patch. This game is over.
Like,
eggs are cold and the butter's getting hard. Mustard's off the hot dog.
Looks like Dan Irvine lost a bunch of spots on pit road. Only lining up P11 here.
Well, things changed. I didn't see what happened there. It's just we got so much going on. You know, but when you lose track position, then you got cars coming around you. We'll have to take a look at that maybe and see.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find what happened to him.
Yes, see what happened to him on pit road, because it may have been track position where he had a car in front of him, or he may have just made a mistake. But
so
we're
Dan
going to take
Irvine
a
took-
little break here, sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
All right, Dan Irvine took the caution P7, then rolled down pit road. Now let's watch the pit stop of the 27 Old Milwaukee Chevrolet. Classic Tim Richmond colors there. Let's see, 4 tires here at Darlington. Always 4 tires. This place, it's no exaggeration how bad this place kills the tires. And it looks like, yeah, he just stopped to get some damage fixed. So he must have gotten himself a Darlington stripe and let the crew hammer it out. Not a bad idea. We're before halfway. That aerodynamic damage will contribute to making the car tighter and tighter as the night goes on. If you want to give up a little... In fact, Dan Irvine's back on pit road for topping off fuel, I guess, as is the 3-car of Mark DeSenza. And when we re-rack this Darlington race here and restart it in a little bit, we're going to have... In fact, we're lining up to do it now. Ken Hansen, once again on the lead. Jim Gately. Rick Johnson's moved himself up to 3rd place. Derby Don back in the hunt in 4th place. Gotta feel a lot better with 4 new Mr. Feelgoods on there. And Dave Simons in the 02 P5. Green flag back in the air. Ken Hansen leads him to turn 1.
This is exactly what Ken needs. Exactly what he wants.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't want to see that 52 in the same zip code as me right now.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. That guy.
Now, I have won a Darlington... Actually, I think I won 2 Darlington races he was in, and those are some of my most treasured victories, but they are fleeting and far between when the 52 is involved.
I got a lot of second places. I think I got 1 Sportsman Cup back in the day, as they called it, win. But it was either him or Damian Gottstilla back in the day, or Matt Watkins. There was always some guy, and just like there is now.
There's always someone. No matter how good you're doing, there's always someone out there. Someone's got your number. Someone's got a little something on you.
Well, Denine needs to do what he's doing, which is getting great pit stops, keeping track position, air on the nose, and he is strong without using his stuff up, and his longevity through the run is solid. He's just on. Ken Hansen's on rails, and I've said it all season. This is a season of seasons for Ken. He just really has settled in and shown what he can do and what he's done throughout his sim racing career, which is, be a winner and be able to be close to winning. He had a couple years there, a couple seasons where he just kept getting caught up in stuff. or not qualifying well. It takes a whole package of qualifying, green flag pit stops, and racecraft.
Ooh, Brian Lamb slow on the front stretch. Already going a lap down after this restart. Down more than... He's already 2 laps down. Not the night Lamb was looking for.
Also, the 3 of Mark DeCinza way back in P17. What the heck happened to him?
I was about to say that he and the 27 hit pit road again while you were away. Looked like they topped off, maybe fixed a little more damage, I'm not sure. But for some reason both of them saw fit to return to pit road a second time.
Still a long way to go, not even halfway. So, no problem. Just want to stay on the lead lap here. Looking at Francis Dittman, obviously with that damage, his lap times are slower, but he's going to keep fighting. Get you some Dairy Queen. Otto still fighting. A lot of cars spread out now. This is typical mid to late race Darlington. Things start the haves and the have-nots.
Well, meanwhile, we're on pretty fresh tires, so they're going to stay fairly close. We were starting to see a big spread there before that caution flag came out. And saw the guys who really took care of the car moving to the front. We'll see if Derby learned something on that run, too. Learned a little bit, like I was saying, about how you got to save the tires through 1 and 2.
Probably learned, I was doing the best I can. What the heck? I'm in big trouble.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 1 and 2 feels like a place you can gain ground, but it's actually where you can lose it at the end because you get those tires too hot.
Brian Lamb gets sideways behind Dog. Hey, gets going, but he's got when you get sideways or smoke the tires here, that car is going to be a handful now. Dog, just fighting and last lap 31.125. Definitely not on the leader's pace, but still keeping the car clean and definitely moving up. Crept into the top 15 now.
Yeah, Lamb just went for a little power slide there, and his struggles continue, but he carries on. 27 gets around Dan Jones for the 10th spot. So Dan Irvine already back in the top 10 after making a second pit stop.
Ryan Johnson, definitely quietly, with good pit stops and staying out of trouble there. He's up to P9.
Yeah, Jeff Stone. Okay, Milty McReynolds. When's the next pit? Do they take 2 or 4? Stone, at Darlington, you always take 4.
Stone, baby, this place,
If you run 5 laps under caution and then get another one immediately, you take 4. This place is that nasty on the tires.
I mean, if you had enough laps where 2 would matter, you might as well not take anything,
Exactly. The track position's worth more than the 2 tires at that point.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's a good question, Jeff. Thanks, man. Sanders back into P7. They're fighting. How about the Crown Royal car of Rick Castle? And the O2 they're really showing some stuff here. You know, wily veterans running the hardest track, in my opinion, of
a lot of people's opinion.
That there is, you know. I mean, if you struggle at short tracks, you struggle at short tracks. You probably struggle at all of them, but it is what it is. But as far as these mile and a halfers, this one,
yeah, this
wow.
was a mile and change, like 1.18 or something like that.
Yeah.
There's really nothing else like it in the world.
Really struggling, 000. Trying to let people lie here.
And we talked about the minnow pond that gave it the unique shape, but you notice how the apron is bigger than the racing surface? Did you ever wonder why that is?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's like
this track was designed.
It's so wide.
It was designed, when they built it, they thought the banking was going to be a runoff. They were trying to make it a safety thing, where people would have some banking before the wall if they went off the corner, which was supposed to be what's now the flat part. The
they figured they'd run down low?
Yeah, people thought they would run down low the shorter way around. And it turns out people just used the banking.
Wow, that shows you how old this track is.
Absolutely.
The difference of the technology and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at these guys.
Throw a blanket over these guys. They are just picking them up, putting them down, keeping the car under them. Not quite to halfway yet, just a few laps away.
Castle has moved himself up to this position. Thing is, when you move yourself up to position, you're still at a disadvantage with the guys that have been up front. Just in tire wear, just that little bit of work you have to do to get there.
In fact, you see the 191 peeking underneath the 124 there. Thinks better of it off turn 2.
I'm saying Slim's gonna make a move here. Very
Slim's
possible.
smart. Oh, he's gonna
looks like that 52 is gonna make a move.
Yeah, the move he's gonna make is he's gonna let that 52 go and say, I'm not gonna kill my stuff trying to keep this guy behind me.
I wish I could remember Rick's rock band, but
it's Soundstorm.
Soundstorm. He's a drummer.
Rick's also recently engaged to his longtime girlfriend Bonnie.
Awesome. And he also, Bonnie used to get on here quite a bit, by the way. And he's also, high-end auto body craftsman, which, as a tall guy myself, I really respect. He's a hard-working son of a gun. Like
multi-talented, as so many in this community are.
I've
and you see Slim's
body shops. It's hard work.
Slim's letting the 49 go too, so Slim's got a different strategy here. Maybe he's got a fuel strategy up his sleeve. I didn't get a chance to check the window about what we think it is.
Darlington is awful far away to even. There's so much that could happen, but then again, he is the professor, so. Or he just might want to get in line and let these guys duke it out and see if he can do the reverse strategy and save tires and then make a run on them later in a run. He might be smelling a long run here,
Meanwhile, Mark DeSenza has not made up a whole lot of that hole he put himself in, pitting again. In fact, has he retired? Oh, there he is, 15th place, 1 lap down. Mark DeSenza's got a problem of some kind.
Had some issues with his rig. Not sure what it was. I can't remember, but...
Well, quite a while back, he had a problem. I just told him to open up his case and make sure all of his fans and stuff were seated right, and all of a sudden it worked again. So something, a room fan had fallen and hit it, and knocked some things loose. But that's all I remember about him having problems with his rig.
Mama, here comes that man.
Yeah, you cue the Jaws theme.
Dun, 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 dun.
I will go side by side. The in-car Rick Johnson, and on the right, and the TV camera view of that battle on the left. Yeah, Jeff Stone says Slim's saving his stuff, and I have to agree. Slim's one of the smartest guys out there on the track.
What
He's
is Rick?
figured out?
Five-time Pro Cup champion. This guy is.
Yeah.
You got this guy behind you, you're in trouble.
Yeah, your entire top four there are just some of the fastest, smartest guys you're going to find at FSB. Now, they've all got a strategy they're working. Whose is going to work out remains to be seen.
Last lap 31.581 for Rick. Now we see some lifting in the center of 1 and 2, and then pounding it here. Gets a great run. Ken defends low, which is the way you want to defend. Oh, Rick has to get out of it there. Big time. Woo, that's very aggressive by the 9, but he knows he's got a pro behind him. Oh, and I think the 9 scraped the wall a little bit there.
Well, Ken also knows that Rick doesn't want to work any harder than he has to get around him.
He had to totally get out of it and feather the gas there, as we heard it.
Oh, he's got a big run this time.
Run. The 9 starting to get loose, coming out too. A bump there a little bit.
I'm not sure.
Rick's taking a breath here, going, you know what? I know Rick, he is my teammate.
Hard in the wall. 191 of Michael Sanders. Hard shot there, and that's going to let the 0-2 by.
The 9 is really struggling.
Bump. Oh, he bumps him on the backstretch, and Ken Hansen to the inside saves it.
He was just totally loose all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah, I see he got up there in the mirror, made Ken overdrive it.
That's what it looked like. You get the tire temps up to 240. All of a sudden, in 2 laps, even though you still got plenty of meat left on your tires, that thing starts to get crazy on you, and it bites you out of nowhere. That's what I was talking about.
Let's see here again what happened with the 9.
You can see it for a couple laps.
He touched the
there.
apron. He touched the apron.
Yeah, okay. Rick
he did catch the inside wall, too.
Jeff was saying that's a harder hit than it looked from the cockpit. I would agree, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that is a solid hit. That's gonna... Yeah. Oh, that was not what he was looking for, but I'm gonna have to say that it was him catching the apron that, that caused that.
Inside. Okay.
Yeah, he caught the inside wall and caught it pretty hard.
Oh, my gosh. A little touch there. Rick, that's the last thing Rick wanted to do. It's just the 9 got loose in front of him. Rick was just getting on the gas like he always did. And you can't, by the time you
We've got cars hitting pit road right now. Got Derby Don down pit road, the 43, the 99, 27.
The tire dag. And, what's Rick going to do here? Like I said, does he bail a long run? Then you don't trip on these guys pitting, because even though they'll be faster, if it stays green.
Brian Lamb. Oh, you see there, while we're watching on the right side with Derby Don come down pit road. 09 of Brian Lamb catches the wall off 4 once again. Just a rough night for the 09 Penske car.
Oh, welcome to South Carolina. But Rick's also thinking one of these guys might crash too. So I don't want to lose track position. I've got plenty of stuff left here. Even though my last lap was a 32. You're seeing almost 2.2 second degradation. And as I say that, the leader is down.
And here they come. It's
Rick
monkey see,
Johnson,
monkey do so
red
often.
Box Ford. And Slim Jim Gately bangs him.
Gains the spot.
Wow. Did he cross the... was he speeding over that first line? Or?
The commit line is not the speed line.
Oh, so that was a great move by the 23. He snookered the veteran there. Two veterans.
Yeah, but at the same
out.
time, when you're as fast as Rick around here, you don't want to risk anything on pit road.
Absolutely.
We talk all the time about how the Achilles heel of the 3-car Mark DeSenza is these pit stops. Well, the opposite of that is Rick Johnson. He does not beat himself, and he knows when he knows he's got the car to beat, he's not going to push it on pit road. So he'll concede that spot to Slim, and he'll just go up back out there and do what he does.
4 tires for Slim Jim Gately, and they still go three wide.
Look at that! Even with that move, Rick Johnson beats him off pit road.
Wow, that is I mean, when I was Rick's teammate.
But look at this! Look who come out ahead of them. Derby Don on your right side, and now getting smaller on the left side of your screen. He pitted first, and now he is in first.
That's how this race goes. And the thing is, now there's so many things can happen. If a caution comes out now, it can change everything. Darlington is just a mess. It's like a lottery machine, with the balls just spinning around. You don't know what's going to happen. Whose number's going to come up?
Actually, Derby is not going to be the leader just yet because we're still sorting through. But he is on the lead lap, as is Rick Johnson and Slim Jim Gately. Michael Sanders in the 191
wow.
Inherits the lead as he is still out there, as is Ryan Johnson in the 59 car. Almost 6 seconds back.
You know how hard that execution of pit stops right there as those guys were doing that. We're just taking it for granted watching it. To execute that behind the wheel in real time
on trashed, worthless, destroyed tires.
It's this professional racing FSB at its best, and you're seeing it once again every week.
Let's see if we can find our leader, Michael Sanders, where he is relative to these guys.
Now, obviously, he wants a caution.
Oh, Michael Sanders is coming out of pit road now. So now Derby Don has, in fact, inherited the lead, and we have cycled through.
Derby. Melty. Yeah, Derby. Let me tell you something, man. I want you to watch a YouTube video. My wife's kind of mad at me, but they had to drag me out of the Derby car this week. I go to YouTube and watch them, and they're like pulling him out on a stretcher. I kind of messed my neck up, but... Man, these Canadian guys, they're pretty tough, Don't mess with the Canadas, that's for sure.
Don't let the manners
It's
fool
like
you.
no big deal, and his wife and kids are like, oh my gosh,
I'm going to leave this on side by side here, and I'll change camera angle first, and I'll be right back.
It stopped for the...
Brought to you
lead man
by Jeremiah Weed.
Yeah, buddy. You have to explain to me exactly what that is. The battle is here for P2. Derby up in the lead there. Poke off of turn 3 in the center. Could be something going on, and we have a caution. Caution is out. We can't change the camera angles, but maybe I can take a look at this. Not much of a director here, but car's still slowing down. And nobody's going to get advantage from staying out there. And we see the leaders down pit road. Derby
I saw
in the rust bucket. Yeah, we had a wreck there.
I saw it just as I stood up, but I went on to go pee anyway because, I figured I could catch up in a minute. It looked like the 99 of Pops Markson had a little trouble there at the entrance to pit road.
Down pit road, 1, 2, 3. The leaders all over each other. No pressure. Get in
And
your
again,
stall,
they were just on pit road, and they're still going to get 4 tires this time.
Absolutely. Validate or talk about how important tires are. The 49 is with track position was the leader, but the 9 comes around him, so he's got to get around him, get sideways, and comes out, and he takes the lead still. Great stop by the veteran. See that big Canadian flag on the side there, and he's obviously very proud of that. One of my good buddies, man. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he's just a character, man. I'll tell you what. And a great racer and a great friend and great sportsman.
You see, there it was. Pops just got loose there in 3 and 4 in front of the 27 and the 007. Both of them caught the wall but missed Pops, so they'll take a little bit of right side damage to get that hammered out.
Eric Clark asking about Pop. Is that Pops or Webb? No Webb tonight, unfortunately.
No, Webb was out there. I saw him.
Oh, he is?
I saw the
We haven't even talked about him here. Let's take a look at where Steve Webber
looks like he might be retired already.
The big cactus is out already.
I didn't see what he did. What caused him to retire?
Man, we try to catch everybody, but it's just, wow, we got big fields and
Oh, Steve Webber is listed out as gearbox, so he probably had an engine failure and quietly got off the track. He gets credited with the 24th and last place finish for the night. Tough break for the big cactus.
in-car reporter Dan Jones.
Man, look like had quite a view of that little incident there, Dan.
Yes. Which way to go? Which way to go?
Man, what a fight, man. You're putting up a great fight. Are these guys good or what?
These guys are good. My car is beat on every corner on the outside. About 3 times each.
Well, we're just talking about how tough Canadians are. Derby Dawn up there in the lead, and you're another tough Canadian. You're going to battle through. You just beat up a little. It's kind of like a little hockey fight out here, I think.
Well, and the grip on this track can be like an ice rink too. So
totally. You get stuck in the boards in the corner, and you got some big American coming barreling down on you.
It kind of sounds like hockey, yeah.
Yeah.
When you get stuck in the boards, it's kind of like that magnet. Welcome to South Carolina, there, Dan.
They're saying, "Holy cow! How do I get over that guy's way? He's gonna come off the wall."
This big old American hopped up on corn syrup, come barreling down on you. Yeah, you can't use that stuff in Canada, can you? Or it gets taxed heavily or something,
fun,
right?
Or what? I bet you're having a blast, man. You've been in Mexico working,
yeah, absolutely,
and broadcasting. You're back on the track, battling for 13th. Actually, you're up to 11th now. You're having fun, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't even be here if Shawn's words. Just keep running it, till you get better, till you get better. This is one of my worst tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's no replacement for seat time.
You're a great driver. You've definitely beat my ass a few times.
Appreciate that.
It took me a long time to make peace with this track, and not gonna lie, winning goes a long way. Mends a lot of wounds. But this version that we run, Milty called it the classic Darlington before, and it's not the stock Darlington. This is an add-on. This is the Safer Barrier Project Darlington.
You're right.
But they didn't run it under the lights back in 1988 either. But,
and I
like this a lot better than the stock. And by the way, we missed something there, that the 59 and the 49, they either took 2 or stayed out. And you'll see they're going to take the track position. Well, I guess 49 came in as the leader. 59 must have stayed out or took 2. He's going to take this restart in the lead.
Well, Mary Clark says, say hi to Pops for me. I don't know if I want to distract him right now as we get ready to go green.
Yeah, Pop's got some work to do to get back on the lead lap.
I'll definitely do it after the race. And sorry about Weber. Definitely. Thanks for watching, Mary.
Yeah, thanks for checking in, everybody. And green flag back in the air. Ryan Johnson takes some back to lead. Oh, Dan Jones turning across the 59. 52 is around on the front stretch. Collected by the 31.
Looked like they had spun the tires.
Yeah, there were tires spinning all over the place.
Sorry, guys.
Ryan Johnson trying to get going. Just spinning the tires more. Rick Johnson looks like he should be okay after that.
Were you were in second gear, right?
Totally. I was running.
Wow, that's the first thing we haven't seen that with these lower horsepower cars. But on the bottom and it's not like a Dover or something where you have a lot of banking at the start. That thing just got loose and spun around. Yeah, sorry, Dan, man. Bummer. If I had a dollar for every time that happened to me, I could buy a 12-pack. Probably more like about 4 cases of Budweiser.
Yeah, I think I was more worried about the number 3 behind me. Wasn't really paying attention much, so.
Well, and that's the way it is. I mean, you take it for granted. You're just sitting here watching, and but as a driver, there's a lot of stuff to assimilate in your head in a split second, and it happens, man.
Rick Johnson, the pit road.
Steve McQueen said it can in the movie Le Mans, it can happen to you. It can happen to you again. I know it definitely happened to my dad a few times, for real,
We'll see here on the reverse chase on this restart. Sitting out in front of the 007. Looks like the car just hooks a little bit right and then gets glued to the fender of the 59, who's got nowhere else to go, already up against the wall, and then they're just hooked together and rippled back through the field.
Wouldn't let me go.
Yeah, when the cars touch like that, they get hooked together, and like you said, they won't let go. Tough break. We've all been there. And we'll see 007 has retired. 59 gets it going finally. They were stuck together for a long time too.
Yeah, unreal. It went right around the corner. So I didn't want to be the reason for the caution. I was hoping somebody else would, because I was the
you were in.
Yeah,
that's the last thing you wanted to see, because you were in the catbird seat should another caution come out and you get the lucky dog.
And yeah, a lot of people trying a lot of different things. I'm pretty sure there was going to be one, but I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Well, it happens, man.
We shake it off and we'll come back at it next time.
Absolutely.
Great podcasting, you guys. Stay and watch it to the end.
Hang out, man. No shame in making a mistake and shit.
Yeah, I'd understand if you want to go punch something.
My language there. But if I had a dollar for every time I made a mistake.
Like, I had to walk away and go start hitting things when I got disconnected Tuesday night while in the lead.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
You didn't hear that, Milty. I was in the lead with the caution out with 3 laps to go, and the internet dropped on me.
I could hear you screaming from here.
Yeah.
Well, I've won over 200 races in this league, and I've lost like over 1,000 of them, and a lot of them were my fault. So.
Oh, you always remember the ones that get away. Those are the ones. I have some of those that have stuck with me for almost 20 years that I've been doing this. That got away, and I remember them more than the victories sometimes.
I've made every single, and you do as a driver. You hate it. You hate it. But we're out here competing. You fight. You compete. If you don't make a mistake, you're not trying hard enough, And so there it is. You live with it, and so opportunity. Stuff brings opportunities. So
Yeah, meanwhile, lights are back out on the
let's
FSB
see
pace car.
how this shakes out for Rick Johnson. Had some damage there, so. Rick's a great winner, but he's a great loser too. And
Well, tell him you said that.
Well, my point is, and that's what you'll see throughout this league is you win some, you lose some. But sportsmanship at FSB Racing is the cornerstone that Jim Ray started, and
Absolutely.
And we
races like this is like give and take.
But
It's really good that you let people buy that catch up with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, just check out a NASCAR race. Check out this weekend. Check out last weekend. You don't see guys making mistakes. We're racing. It ain't easy. You're getting on the gas. You're in a simulator, but you're still putting 800 horsepower down. And it's just not like, walking the dog. It ain't easy,
All right, we should go back to green this time by, as FSB pace car has turned their lights off for real this time. I get fooled because of that little bug on modern graphics cards on the long shot here. Dave Simons in the 02 up front, Derby Don McCourtson in the 49 behind him, and Slim Jim lurking there in third, as the 52 of Rick Johnson has fallen back to 11th, coming in for some repairs and tires after that little slide.
Look at that, bad luck for others brings opportunity for others. And look at the running order here. Now you got Derby up front there.
Well, Derby's second, Dave Simons first.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Got Simons up there just patiently battling. Now, what is he going to do with the lead? The Derby 23 and Rick Castle up in fourth there. Bob Dixon, he was back in like 15th, battling through the pre-middle of the race. Now we're starting to get the money time here, and just a little scrape for him earlier.
Oh, move right away on the backstretch from the 49 car. Try and get around the 02, going
Things
3.
are changing now. You're talking about 34 laps left, coming on 33 laps. You can make that.
You can make this, and that 52 car's got an uphill battle.
But he's the fuel saver, so what are you going to do? Depends on how much damage. But Bob Dixon goes backwards there, and Rick Piscotler has to get out of it there. Well, Dan, I mean, just like it crept on you like a bad dream, we just almost saw that again right there of Bob Dixon losing a ton of time, and the car getting out of control there. You expect it to do the same thing it's going to do the last time you did it, but it doesn't do that. That's why we do it, I mean, it's not easy. If it was easy, anybody could do it.
Gets your heart going, that's for sure.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Look at this, 2-1, going through 1 and 2 here. Simon's on the outside. He's lost the lead.
Oh, hard
contact! And
27 and 124 around.
And Dan Irvine get into it.
Caution is out.
That is like the worst place you want rewind right there, and that was a recipe for disaster. And this is exactly what Derby Dawn wants.
It's also what
Derby
52
Dom.
wanted because he managed to avoid that and pick up a few spots along the way.
Barrett saying if the 49 wins, FSB should have a derby, a demo derby live stream.
Barrett, I do live stream the demo derby every off season. We have it usually the last week of our off season, so it's going to be late April this time around, and I get hammered and get hammered at the same time.
That's what it's all about. It's just people laughing so hard till they cry and crashing into each other on purpose, which normally you're not supposed to do that. So.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the demo derbies, was on my
derby.
the demo derby. Not this past year, but last year, the 2018, January 2018 one was on my birthday, my 40th birthday of all birthdays. So I don't remember much about it, but from what I'm told, Sam has the recording, and it was quite entertaining.
Here we go. Coming up on 39 laps to go.
Yeah, see, once again, everybody
the
on the pit.
Down pit road. There's there's 4 tires. That's it.
You see, the 6 car.
And execution. You got to execute. You got to be lucky in the line. These guys are all mixed up now, so you get to see Dave Simons get a great entry and his car pointed a little to the right. That's exactly what you want. Just mash the gas with nobody in front of him, and he's got the wall brake there in between a car that is retired. This could be good for the 02. But no, Derby rocks it right there.
Oh, at least he can get that big push from Slim Jim and rocketed by the leader there.
Absolutely. And Dan, I mean, we know how got to continue to bring these every time that execute and win one of these races. Everything's got to be perfect, and especially at this track. Well, we're listening to Slim Jim Gately right now. His motor, he is clutching right out of the pits. Boom, got a spot and clutching way up against the wall. Clutch, 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 clutch. He's thinking about fuel save. He misses nothing. I mean, Doris is in the house here.
So many races I lost.
Let's get my son get another one here.
That clutching. So many races I've lost because other people have been able to save a little bit more than I.
Yeah, it comes down. I mean, this is professional sim racing. It comes down to every inkling of thinking of everything you can do.
Yeah, Dan accuses me of accuses the Dodges of having more fuel in their fuel cell because of all the times I've had more. Because of all the times I've outrun him on fuel
more than me.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dan.
He doesn't tell me all the
simulation doesn't allow for that.
I can tell you exactly where I save it.
The code is the same for everybody.
I save it with my 2 feet, with the left foot and on the clutch and the right foot on the gas.
Absolutely.
It's like my mom giving my wife the bun recipe, and she always leaves one thing out, so it's not the same.
Oh, come on. That's not fair.
I know, right?
That's great. That's great, man.
Ooh, little blink from big blink from Slim Jim there.
Big one. He went back a car.
Michael Sanders, meanwhile, has inherited the lead. Looks like he
What's
stayed
he on
out
for tires. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have stayed out or taken 2 on that. Probably, I think he stayed out because I didn't see him beating Derby off pit road. I'm not sure I like that call because I want tires.
Exactly what he did.
I want tires if we're running around under caution. Even it's just this place. You can't exaggerate how rough this place is on tires.
Yeah, he didn't even go in.
And you know what? If they get a 10-lap run or so, and he can keep track position, it could work out for him because everybody's going to come in for 4 anyway.
Exactly. Sometimes you get lucky.
You know, I'd rather be lucky than good any day. Lights right on the FSB pace car once again. We gotta get a car from Michael Sanders, man. He's been running that black default since I joined the league 5 years ago.
Well, just a great friend to FSB and member, and a great driver, and also sponsored just tons of trophies, which I got a few of them here, which I really like, and I thank you very much, Mike. And you know, let's see if he can get one. You know, and he's got them before, and patience. He's been trudging all night, and a little adversity, and now he's in the lead here with coming up on 36 laps to go here.
Meanwhile, that 52, man, where is he falling back to? He's worked his way back to 5th, you know, dodging through that wreck and coming down pit road there. So he's got fresh tires, basically 4th place amongst the cars with fresh tires.
Now, my memory's pretty bad, but and I, you know, drink a lot of Budweiser, but a huge restart for Michael Sanders.
Wow.
I don't know what happened there. Derby was.
Almost looked like Derby might have been caught out of gear.
Might have been. He might have been in 3rd gear.
Or maybe he saw that wheel spin earlier and decided he didn't want to restart in first.
Absolutely. Because that definitely, these guys notice what the heck's going on here. And
actually, I bet that's what it was. I bet he was leery of the 191 restarting in 1st gear on old tires in front of him, and didn't want to get caught up in a wheel spin situation.
Absolutely.
You see, he reeled him right back in.
Well, you know, and we're still at 36, 35 now. That's still, I don't know if you can make that. You gotta.
Oh, you absolutely can. This is a 1.366 mile track, and at a 1.5 miler, you can go 34. So, yeah, you should be able to make it from here.
Without clutching, right?
You'd probably want to take it easy, but I believe you can make it.
Yeah, when we talk about clutching, we're talking about later in the run. These guys might want to, instead of just lifting, let the motor run. What they'll do is lift and let the motor run a little bit, then push the clutch in and let the car roll with the motor idling. That saves fuel. Very difficult at an already very difficult track.
And you'll see the 52 of Rick Johnson is treating this as a long run, as he is letting those lead 4 battle it out.
Clutching, you know? And he can do it, and he's giving himself. But when you clutch, you got to give yourself a little bit of space.
Absolutely.
It's very hard to do that with somebody right around you. And even if you do it a couple laps, then maybe not clutch. You start to. These guys all have real-time estimated fuel settings that they can turn to their
F3.
F3. I get it mixed up with some of the other sims I do.
It's easy to get mixed up. I just bang on buttons until I see the one I want.
Yeah, then you see the gas. You know, you got tire temperature. You know,
Sanders sideways in the wall, and he keeps it going straight.
Yeah, but
52 gets a little squirrely trying to avoid.
That's big damage, but I mean, he had to fight that fight and try to stay there. And it's not over yet for him, but that's a hard leg and that's hard damage. The tires are toast now, and he's got aero damage. Well, let's see what he can do. That car handling. This brings Dan Irvine He's got a little fender bender damage.
Yeah, Darren Everyone's been caught in a couple of things tonight, but there he is, right back in it, P3.
But that old Milwaukee is flowing, and yeah, it's funny. A lot of it depends on how high speed your damage is, and what kind of damage, and how the emulation interprets it. Sometimes you nick something and you're done, and sometimes you can take a little beating and the car's still pretty good. Well, he's just been solid all night, but now we see him falling back a little bit.
Slim Jim to the lead. Derby Don.
Slim Jim.
Looks like Derby Don was looking for a second there, but falls back in line.
Patient, the professor, all night.
Ooh, a little bit of wall catch there off of turn 4 from the 52 car. Probably won't hurt him too badly.
Yeah, he's going to have to start the push now, and he's seeing it go away here.
Now, he knows what his bread and butter is, and this is not the time to push. This is almost a full run, so you gotta keep the car under you. But these cars up front are going to get a little bit of an advantage. There's some advantage to the draft. Not huge, not like we're going to see on the 1.5, the 2 milers, and the super speedways, but you go faster if you got that lead draft.
Last lap for Slim Jim Gately, 30.439. That's really fast this late in the race. And Derby right about the same. But they have a gap in track position, so they can push a little harder and not worry so much about tire deg or can they, we will wait and watch and see, because typically at 35, that's still not, best lap 30.023, which 023, that's his number, 23. Is Derby going to try to put the pressure on, or just ride behind? As the veteran he is, he's probably just going to ride behind. And
I think he learned something in that first big run we had. He learned that he used too much too soon.
That was just what I was going to say, is like you learn from what
wow,
happened.
Look at the closing speed as the 52 gets around the 27 on the backstretch. Yeah, we're keeping it up here with the lead battle on your left side and the roof cam of 52.
Sir,
Rick Johnson.
That's my broadcasting teammate right there, Shawn. Got it covered. Rick Johnson's on the mission here. 31.002 last lap, obviously from battling for P3. Now he's got to be thinking, okay, I got to back it down a little bit here. I got by him, and they're not threatening at this point. If I charge at the leaders too hard, I'm going to use my stuff up. Maybe they'll battle and come back to me. Or maybe I'll get a caution. I've got good track position. See what he does. Last lap, 39. So that's tire deg and kind of backing it off. Oh, we got something going on behind him there. 39.06 again. Trying to settle into a pace. Looking at the leaders. 30.750 for Derby Don.
Rick's losing ground there because he doesn't have that draft. Somebody spun on the front stretch. Left a cloud of smoke, but no caution.
I saw the smoke. 30.8 last lap for Slim Jim, the leader. So draft helps a little bit, but yeah, I mean it helps, but see if we get a long run here. 38 for Derby, 31.032. So yeah, I think that draft is helping, and what Rick
We got the
used up.
109, 99, 59 all looking underneath the 02 off turn 4 here. And 59 Ryan Johnson going all the way down to the bottom, get around the 99. Pops Margison. Ryan Johnson bouncing back there. Should find himself in about 6th, 7th spot once the ticker catches up.
One of the other SGP cars, Rick Biscotter, solid run. P6, Ryan Johnson, the late runner. That's what he does. He definitely is a late charger, and now he's taking a look at Rick here.
Also, want to talk about guys good at saving fuel? You're looking at one right there in that Brothers Body and Paint number 59. He's one of the best at stretching a fuel tank out.
And we said that one, before, kind of forgot about it with these lap times, but track position may be mute if the leaders have to pit.
Was that track
Moot.
position or track
Moot.
position?
Track
Milt.
position moot.
Track position
Have
moot.
another
There you
beer.
go. It's officially only Miltism 11, but I think I probably missed a few. Yeah, I probably missed a few with all the whiskey in the system tonight.
Well, I mean, give yourself a break, bruh. You got this covered.
Absolutely. And we got one more race left here in the FSB Winston Cup Aero 88 Series.
With
yeah,
a short break, and then we'll have another season.
Yeah, we're going to have a nice 5-week break there. Dave Simons to pit road there. It looks like he gives up the ghost, and yeah, not going to get the finish he was looking for there. Strong run, though, all night long. Got himself up front.
Absolutely. Davis qualified well, run well.
This track is... Oh, Derby Don to the bottom. Derby Don to pit road, so... These guys can't make it. They're short pitting.
I don't think they can make it. Which I was dog in P8 there. What is he doing? Is he clutching?
So these guys are believing.
Afraid to clutch here. It's so dangerous.
I won a race by clutching here once. I mean, me and Ryan were the two that were going at it. We almost wrecked, but we got going again and almost got caught by Bisconer at the line. But it can be done. It's tough, especially as those tires wear. But it is doable, and yeah, Derby Don to pit road. These guys are splitting it.
Dog Palmer up to 6th now. The AMC Spirit rocking the house here.
I can't find Slim. Oh, there he is. Slim's on pit road as well.
So the leaders are all pitting. What are they doing here?
And wait a minute. Where did he come from?
Are they taking 2 tires or 4?
Look who's in the lead. We'd counted out Mark DeSenza there for a while, 14, but he is P1 on the board
14
right now.
laps. I mean, I'm not even... I'm watching these other cars. That was 4 tires for Slim. With 14 laps, you still got to get a half a tank, right? 2 cans? Or, 1 can? So you're going to lose very little time. Slim Jim back down pit road. Penalty for Slim Jim Gately. Oh, my gosh. Down pit road again to 23. That's going to be a drive-through penalty for the Slim Jim. Oh, man, Slim Jims are flying all over the pit road. His crew chief is not happy, but looks like Slim Jim is going to make that agonizing 45-mile-an-hour pit road drive through. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
and
brutal.
he exits pit road. That's gonna be it for him. Sorry, Doris, man.
Oh, I jinxed him.
He had some kind of a pit issue there we didn't catch. As the leaders go by, Rick Johnson in ninth, they're still battling and trying to settle this out, so everybody had to stop. They weren't even messing with clutching, except for that guy in the 108. He's trying to make it, maybe on fuel on 5, but he's getting passed by Rick Johnson. Dan Irvine's still out. Ryan Johnson and Mark DeCenza in the lead. What's he going to do? Is he going to try to do a splash and go, no tires? That's very dangerous, but if you got track position, these guys are going to be hauling the mail. Last lap, 31.8 for DeCenza. Let's take a look at the fresh tire, guys.
Meanwhile, I got that first pit stop up for Slim Jim there. I got the I got the info left up on screen, took the ticker off, and you can see how fast he was going down pit road. You see he carries about 75 miles per hour pretty deep past the barrel. Look at that. That's just too much. He was trying to get every bit he could and pushed it too hard.
Well, you can cross the line over 45.
Yeah, but it's tricky.
You got to get to that first timing line. We see now he smoked the 52 early in the race, but you got to get to that first timing line at 45, and was almost there, but they still time you from the spot to the line, so that's an average speed. And it was NASCAR nailed him. Mark DeCenza is still out in the lead, 31.9 last lap.
So meanwhile, the first car lap down is Rick Johnson. Second one is Dirty Don, who pitted from second place.
And they're running virtually a second a lap faster.
Ryan Johnson, 4.5 seconds back of Mark DeCenza.
Derby got caught up in traffic, I think, there, and 31.097. That's not going to get it done if Mark could stay out.
Yeah, if these guys can run to the finish, that's going to do the trick. It looks like, Mark DeCenza might have managed to steal one here.
Too. Our calculations, which, what the heck, I don't even have a calculator here, but the way I was looking at it, 36 laps, no way, but heck do I know, we're going to have to see it pan out here. Yeah,
here we go. 3-car to pit road. 3-car to pit road. You got to figure this is going to be a fuel-only stop or a 2-tire stop at most.
Mark DeCenza down pit road. The Wrangler Chevrolet. 42 miles an hour. 45 is the speed limit.
This begs the question: is the 59 going to try and make it? He's done it before. He was at the back of the pack anyway after getting caught up on that restart debacle.
We weren't watching if he was clutching or not.
So I helped him, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Dan turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Let's get on board the 59 and hear what he's doing.
As you do that, I'm watching the 3-car pit road.
We're watching 3 cars pit stop on left side of the screen. We're watching our new leader.
2 tires for the 3 and 1 can of fuel.
And we're listening for that clutch out of the 59. As he's going to come.
3's going to charge hard. He gets sideways.
There he's clutching.
There he is. He's clutching. He's clutching like a quarter mile before turn 3. He is
That's what you gotta
on
do.
serious fuel saver mode. 4.2 seconds up on Pops Margison.
Still got 9 pounds of fuel.
4 laps to go. Coming up on 4 laps to go.
Yeah, you can't count on what the gauges are showing you on the fuel pressure there, Dan.
Okay.
You can't even really count on the gear indicator or the tach. But yeah, you can kind of guess.
Clutching.
Yeah, he must be clutching there. So he's clutching for 3 and running 1 and 2 at normal speed.
Pops Marguson.
Ken Hansen, by the way.
P3 trying to save fuel, and
Ken Hansen
he's
back from the
definitely
dead.
trying to get on the podium, and he's letting everybody by, just trying to survive to the end. Can he do it? This would be a great finish for Pops.
Ken Hansen recovering, sitting in P2, gaining ground on Ryan Johnson, but I don't know what his fuel situation is. Now Ryan is just getting every ounce of fuel he can out of this car. He's going to pull over and let...
Hansen isn't clutching, so...
He isn't.
White flag.
White flag in the air.
Does Ryan have enough here?
This will be a great
Slim
finish.
Jim right on his tail.
He's done it before.
Ken Hansen's falling back. Ken Hansen's falling back.
He's running out of
Biscuit
gas.
just passed him.
Is Hansen out of gas? Well, Ryan Johnson's got his teammate right there to push him across the line if he needs it.
I've tried that before. It doesn't work very well. And he gets the checker flag. No, that's the white flag. No,
that's the checkers for Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson
Slim Jim
steals
was
the
down,
win.
I'm sorry. How about that?
Heals it all to me, man.
Saving win for the 59. He's done this before, and he just does it again. He just stole this sucker straight up. What a great run. Wow.
Ken Hansen recovers to finish third. Pops Marguson third. What
How
a
about
shake-up.
My buddy Pops in the booth. I can't wait. Can't wait.
I do believe that is the first time we've had a chance to bring Pops up here this season. That's going to be a total hoot.
One of my heroes, man. I mean, he's actually older than I am. You know?
Pops Marguson fresh off of double eye surgery, getting those cataracts taken care of. We don't call him Pops for nothing. And Ryan Johnson is out of fuel. He cannot even celebrate.
His son Toby was in the league, and he always called him Pops. And so pretty soon, hey Pops, why are you doing that? So I'm sure Toby and all the family, Pops, grandchildren, everything, they'll be checking this out. They're always rooting for Pops, man. He just keeps on ticking like a fine watch. And how about a great third place finish? But how about that, Ryan Johnson with the win? Great job.
Yeah, Barrett McKay calling for him to burn it down in chat, but I'm sorry, brother. He cannot do it. He
is out of gas. He's out of gas.
He lacks the resources to burn it down.
Well, I've seen 36 before, and like I said, 36 would take clutching, and that's exactly what he did. And that's out of my skill level at this track. I've clutched it and won a few races at like Homestead or whatever, but much easier. That's a great skill win. You cannot deny how
fuel saving is
speed,
it's a different strategy unto itself.
But it's an art, and don't hate on it. It's all about winning, and the 59 just took this thing and crushed it.
I'm going to turn it over to my partner Milt there to go gather up our top 3. And once again, surprise winner out of nowhere, the 59er Ryan Johnson with a excellent fuel mileage run there. Brings it home first place with an average speed of 114 miles per hour. Second place, Ken Hansen with a nice recovery from his woes. See Pops Marguson third place, 9 seconds back. Rick Johnson, if those guys had run out of fuel, he would have been right where he wanted to be, and right where we expected him to be. but ends up just 4th place. Derby Don McCourt's in 5th place. Last car on the lead lap is, look at Brad Otto. Brad Otto's fuel strategy brings him home P6. Great run for Proud Marine, proud former Marine there. Brad Otto does a lot of excellent charity and honor guard work type stuff there as well. And we're clear there. There's your celebration screen. There's the picture. The generic rock music of Ryan Johnson winning the race. Rick Bisconner, 7th place. Diamond Dave Simon, ZO2, comes home P8. Mark DeSenza almost stole it. We thought he was going to outlast, but he ended up being 9th place. Again, having to pit there at the end. But just having to take fuel, I guess, kept him in the top 10. Dan Irvine, again, nice recovery. 10th place in 27 car. Oh, wow, Milty got everybody in record time here.
Yeah. Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
What? Blind squirrel does what with a nut now? This is a family show.
Pops,
this is a family show, Milty. Come on.
That's my buddy from a long time there. I'm so happy he got 3rd place there, but I guess we should talk with our winner first there, Ryan Johnson. What once again, you've done this before. Great fuel saving and clutching at the hardest track to clutch at. How was your race, bro?
Well, it is my favorite track. I think Shawn knows that.
Absolutely.
And some of my closest here at FSB, but yeah, I thought I'd worked myself into a great position before that one restart when Dan spun the tires. I had just pitted and I was like, yep, I've got my track position now. And it didn't work out. Stuff happens. And then that last caution, I thought, well, hell, I'm going to go in and pit again. I'm back here anyhow. I'm only going to lose a couple of spots. I think I can make it and stretch it. I'm always one for trying that game. And
you're very good at it. Yep.
That's what I did. I did have to do some clutching, which can be a little bit tricky here, but it worked out, and I'm going to take the win.
I seem to remember one where we were both clutching and we got into each other, spun around and kept going. Yeah, we didn't even look at our. If we had looked at our F2s, we would have started to panic because Bisconner was like, half a second behind us at the line. But man,
I remember that.
Hell of a job, man. So you snookered all of us once again, just like that Nashville win a couple seasons ago. We didn't see that coming, so great run, buddy. Congratulations.
Never comes 59 out on one of those kind of runs.
I was saying it early, and if it came down to fuel, that 59, that Ryan Johnson's one of the best in the business at saving fuel, and he made me look smart, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'll take that anytime.
All right, 2nd place, Ken Hansen recovers from getting loose there, catching the inside wall hard after leading pretty much the entire first half of this race. Great bounce back, Ken. Were you playing the fuel strategy too?
Yeah, but the range of emotions I just went through there would drive somebody to the nut house.
Absolutely.
I think everybody in this booth has experienced them.
You were the dominant car, dude. They had nothing for you, and then it just kind of, within a couple laps there, the car just kept getting loose on you, and you've been handling the pressure the whole time. So that was something I was talking about early in the race, how Darlington could just jump up and bite you, and it definitely all of a sudden the car, he spun the tires a little coming out of a couple corners and got him angry, and the car was junk.
The first one I wasn't too upset with because that was my own fault. But I got damaged again, some both inside and outside, and then I thought that was the end of the race for me. I was like, oh crap. So then I see Ryan, I'm like, well, I know what he's doing.
Exactly.
It panned out, so I'll take that. I'll
definitely fight, man.
I didn't even put F2 on. I didn't even want to know. I just kept on driving.
That's all you can do at that point, because you've got you're either going to make it or you're not. There's no point watching the gaps. You just got to watch. Pretty much got to watch the F3. You just got to watch the fuel. So great job. I know what it takes to win those fuel mileage races or to persevere in them. So
that's a skill in itself.
And I don't need no stinking clutch.
You don't have a clutch?
No.
Oh my God, Ken,
I just
dude.
been doing this too long.
Yeah, man. Well, I used to do that with a button clutch, and until I almost spun trying to clutch to save fuel. That's when I caved.
Well, I couldn't get up to Ryan, so
Yeah, that's when I caved and I bought the clutch pedal from
It was
TSW
showing,
to add it.
It was showing a splash like every lap, so I didn't really want to go too hard, you know. Even on the last lap, I'm like, oh, let's see if I can catch up with Ryan, but there was no way.
Well, awesome job. And
Yeah, I
Pops
thought you were gonna
Marguson,
keep
man.
up there with me. Really.
Pops was in the walls around a couple times. Looked like he was having a rough night, and then out of nowhere, he's on the podium. Where did he come from?
From eye surgery.
I did not have a good race.
The grandpa
Says the third place finisher.
The grandkids.
Always optimistic as usual.
Optimistic, I like it.
That's
yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna charge Ryan with a Miltism there. Ka-ching.
There you go.
Optimistic.
One of my favorite people of all time, and I've ever met in sim racing, Pops Marguson. Love you, man, and wow, you're on the podium, man. Great job.
I didn't want to use that strategy, but it was too inviting.
But it worked, yeah.
And I did not use the clutch either.
Wow, how do you guys do that without the clutch? That's incredible.
A lot
for
of
the corners and
in a low line.
try to drive smoothly.
Yeah,
Excellent. It looks like
Watch that fuel gauge.
Boom.
Looks like you got roughed up a couple times. Is that what made you switch to the fuel strategy there? Just getting caught at the back anyway?
I was in the back most of the race. There was one time I was restarted 18th and come back up to 10th, which I was pretty pleased with that. But
yeah, but P3, cha-ching, man, it's party time in the Marguson household. There, Grandpa got a podium. Great job, buddy.
Yeah, we got the chat lighting up from all sources here, but I think the most glowing endorsement is Jill Johnson there, our winner's wife, saying he's pretty freaking cool sometimes. So that's probably about the best thing you get her to say about you these days, right?
Absolutely.
That would be my wife.
If your wife could say that to you, then you're a pretty good husband right there.
She's mixing up the margaritas right now.
Yeah,
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, I need a refill, Jill. If you're listening.
Yeah, tell her she's the trophy girl tonight. See how she takes that.
Yeah.
She
just heard you, buddy. I don't even have to say it.
Well, it'll take about 40 seconds.
Duff me, Marge.
Well, awesome job.
Great show, guys.
Awesome job, everybody, all night long. Just a track that's too tough to even describe.
But he got tamed.
Yeah, you got it done. Saving fuel and with junked tires. Great job for a top 3 tonight. And of course, Slim Jim and Derby Don and Mark DeSenza, they were strong all night. They just got caught out on the strategy. So hell of a call by you three. Thanks as always, Milt Mentor, joining us up here in the booth. My partner in crime, Dan Jones and Will Farmer joining us for in-race reporting. Thanks as always, our top 3 finishers there, Ryan Johnson, Ken Hansen, and Pops Marguson joining us here for the post-race show.
Before we, Barrett's asking, where's the last race?
Where's the last race? Is it Homestead?
Homestead it is.
Homestead.
Well, let's see. Have you uploaded the points yet, Ryan?
They're up, sir.
All right, let's refresh.
Brad Otto, thanks for hanging.
There you go.
There
so
watching,
going into the last race, Mark DeSenza
Brad.
does officially have this clinched. 32 points up on Ken Hansen. Good battle for third place though with Rick Castle and Rick Bisconner. Steve Weber's still in that fight as well
that
as
means you need to
Ryan
go
Johnson.
out and win tomorrow, next week.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson can go out there and win again next
Heck with
week.
it.
You can snag yourself a podium in the points too.
That'd be nice.
That would be indeed.
Just might be on a roll here.
Yeah, Ryan's also
Dutchy.
12 points out in the Super Speedway Series coming into Tuesday night, so good luck with that.
Yeah, that's a tall order.
That's a tall order, but
It can be done, but
it can be done, especially if you can find some help out there.
Yep.
Yeah, if you ever want to get into sim racing, you're a fan, FSB Racing, these guys can hook you up, and Sam Young can help you get to your dreams to pretend you are
Absolutely.
a real race car driver.
And you'll never know how these finish.
Yeah, get yourself over to fsbracing.com. Sign up. Like I said, we take all levels, all ages. You just gotta have sportsmanship. That's all we care about.
Absolutely.
And hopefully see you guys out on the track next time. And again, thanks as always to our series sponsor, the Farmer Brothers Contracting and the Farmer Family, and Sam Young, our league boss and promoter, as he prefers to call himself. And thanks to all you guys out there in Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook land. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shawn Reap for FSB Racing Live. Good night.
Thanks for showing.